this video, I'm going to now put those two things together to show you how using top-down trading by analysing the higher time frame and then going down to the lower time frame to find good trades that you can enter with that will give you a high ROI trade is actually very, very simple. And the reason I'm doing this again is because I want you to realise that actually trading can be quite simple, but what's most important
Smoke generator started.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
Concentrate fire on the designated target. Smoke screen set.
bear in mind is the principle behind the trading, which is going for high reward trades. So if I take this chart here on the daily chart, let me just shrink it out a bit, and what we want to look for are good patterns on the daily chart. So we want to find where are the areas of energy likely to be on the daily chart. Well, the first thing is, in fact, let me just do this.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Chart is that there is a level here which is a very powerful level.
Get back! Get back!
This is called
Torpedo,
a resistance level, a monthly resistance level, and what you can see is that when price reached this level, which was about the 124 area, it reversed very strongly back in 2006. It was 2006.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
2007, and it hit that area again in 2015. Dropped down significantly, and now price has pulled back and hit another level of monthly resistance. Okay, so I'll just enlarge this a bit.
Battleship destroyed.
What here is what is known as a resistance zone, because this is where candles are closing and where they're spiking down to. So this is actually created a little zone. Price pulled back up to this zone back in at the end of 2016 and reversed from the zone and is now making its way down. We don't know what it's going to do next, but what we do now understand is what's happening on the monthly charts. This gives us a context to understand what's happening with our trade.
set.
So when we go down to the daily chart,
Torpedoes to
we can
starboard.
see all the monthly lines, and we can now understand
starboard.
why the daily chart is behaving as it is. So let's
Torpedoes to
draw in
starboard.
some daily lines to see where the daily energy is. Okay, so if I just
Concentrate fire on the
this is
designated
called a
target.
trend line, and what you can see here, let's move down a bit, okay, is that this has actually created a megaphone channel. I've drawn it a bit roughly here. And what I do is I colour the lines, different colours, so that I know the difference at a glance.
We've been spotted.
Between what is a daily line, what is a monthly line, what is a 30-minute line, and I can see it all on one chart, and it's very clear. So these are now my daily lines. Okay, so this is the area that we're interested
Engine
in.
boost deactivated.
Okay, which is where, now you can see actually when we start to make it larger that actually these trend lines are more fanned out, that this is the outer trend line here,
We
and
destroyed
there's
an
a
enemy battleship. All stations retreat.
inner trend line here as well, okay? But I don't want to confuse you about that, so I'm just going to remove the inner trend line. That's not important for what you're learning at the moment. So we can see that price hit this trend line, and if we hadn't known that, let's say we were looking at this, okay? Because remember, this is all about being able to predict the future. We can't really predict the future, but we can look for where potential areas of energy will be, okay? Where potential areas of diagonal or horizontal
All forces,
support or
capture that
resistance will
area.
be. And we can make a prediction about what price will do on the basis of probability. And so when we move
Attention.
forward,
Reporting the
because
target position.
we know, for example, that price has been bouncing off this lower diagonal trend line, we can predict that if price hits this lower diagonal trend line, it is a place of energy, high energy. It will either break through or it will bounce and it will go back up again here. And if it goes back up again here, which it does, this is an area that we could look for a trade,